Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Today is May 10, and right next to me we have David Ventura making his Zhong Cage Fighting Series number 13 appearance, and then making his MMA debut on Dragon House Promotion as well. So now, David Ventura,
Ventura.
Let's introduce you to all the MMA fight fans out there. Where are you born and raised, and where are you coming from?
Born and raised. I was born here in Redwood City, California, but I was raised in Mexico, in Guerrero. I was brought back here when I was around 12 years old, and ever since then I've lived in all of the Bay Area. I've been in Redwood City, Fremont, and now I'm living in Santa Clara.
Now, what age got you into training martial arts?
I was very young when I got very into it because I grew around like a rough neighborhood, there was gangs, and things like that. But growing up, my dad had an old collection of Bruce Lee movies, Enter the Dragon and stuff like that. And so I would watch those, and of course it would be like very adult center. So I'd only watch the fight scenes, and that's what really got me into martial arts. I first started Kung Fu. I can't remember where it was, but somewhere in Redwood City I started that, and then I started watching the Rocky movies.
Wow!
And that's what really got me into like the grind, the champion aspect of it all. And that's when and around where I lived there was a boxing gym, there was an MMA gym, a jiu-jitsu gym, and so to me it felt like this is something that I really wanted to do, and it was very accessible to me at the time. And so I started training when I was around 13 or 14, and ever since then it's just been nonstop.
Now, you are fighting a very seasoned opponent. I know you're coming off a W, making your MMA debut like literally a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And how did that feel stepping into the cage?
A lot of times, people would say like they felt, nervous or scared as soon as the fight was happening. But to be honest with you, when the cage was locked and it was time to actually fight, I felt great. I felt,
you feel you belong there.
I felt like I belonged there. I felt, I felt no nerves. Like preparation was done, the wake up was done. I made sure there was no excuse left behind on the table, and I made sure that I made a point that I belonged there in the cage.
Now, this fight, it's a short notice. I had this fight on the card like literally 2-3 days ago. And I tried to look for your fight at the expo. Do they ever have like a video or anything posted up on that?
No.
They don't even film it?
I swear I saw cameras there filming, but I could not find anything online for my own fight. I had other people record for me, so I had footage for myself. But
studying on it yourself?
Yeah, but other than have others see it, I can't find anything.
I see. So, this is a big spotlight, big stage. Have you ever been to our event before?
I have. I'm coming out of Bay Area Fighter Academy. You guys hosted a lot of.
We got a lot of
there.
Yeah.
And so of course I was at the last one.
March 15th.
Yeah.
So you watch your opponent's fight?
Yeah, I did. It's funny. Me and my fiance were talking about it because I was looking him up, and I'm like, whoa, this guy was at the. I watched his last fight live, so it was crazy to me. And now it's like come for full circle, and now I'm fighting him. So it's it's a very surreal experience.
What do you think of your opponent, John Hober?
John Hober, I did some research on him. I saw his last fight. He looked good. He knows how to keep and manage the distance. He had excellent sprawls there. It was a very, very good fight for him. I'm very excited to be able to go against him, and hoping the best for him.
Now, when you're watching his video, where do you see yourself having an advantage on him?
An advantage I see myself having in is my speed. I'm a very quick fighter and agile. I'm also very athletic. So one of the things that I see is me being able to be in and out with my combinations, and really working my hand speed.
Do you want to keep this fight on the feet?
Keep the fight on the feet. It's an MMA fight. I'm a martial artist, and there's never really a per se game plan, because anything could happen. Sudden injuries. Something feels wrong that night, or so it's not always up to me like what's gonna happen as soon as that cage is locked. So it could be a stand up, it could be a whole grappling match. But knowing me, I like to keep it standing. I like to put a show on for the crowd, and and so I'm hoping to be standing there.
That's pretty awesome. Do you think when I remember when I watching him fight, he's like a very mixed. He grapple a little bit, he stand up a little bit. Do you training like are you like any wrestling in high school or any wrestling backgrounds at all?
I do actually. So shout out, United World Wrestling Club down in Hayward. I've trained there for the past 3 years, I think it has been. Because before that I was just pure jiu-jitsu, didn't do any wrestling in high school. I wish I did, but can't change that. So I went over there and really polished up my wrestling, and ever since then I've been more of
rounded grappler now. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. Well, this is an upcoming fight, May 24. We have 2 weeks out. 20 plus fights on this upcoming fight card. Do not miss it out, everybody. Make sure you get your ticket. Making sure you order your live stream pay-per-view from DragonHouseMMA.com. This event's live stream pay-per-view nationwide. So now, Dave, if people want to get a hold of you to come watching you fight, how can people contact you?
You can hit me up on my Instagram. It's David Ventura 08. That's number one spot to get a hold of me. I'm always on there. I'm always watching memes and stuff. So if you want to hit me up, you can always reach me out there. And I'm always at Bay Area Fight Academy Club. You can also find me there as well.
Now, Dave, do you have a full-time job?
I do have a full-time job. I'm a data center technician.
Data center technician.
So
computer?
Yeah, I work the internet. I help work in labs and data centers. I'm working recently with AI stuff.
AI stuff.
Yeah. So.
Are those really good? The AI stuff.
Yeah, you'll see big racks of just computer machinery, and so it's very new to me, new to a lot of people. Since it's a big AI boom, and so it's interesting stuff.
Man, I need to learn a little bit more about AI nowadays. Everybody's talking about AI, and then you're running into any kind of problem in life, you just ask the AI and they give you advice. Do you work with that a little bit, or?
No, just work with troubleshooting any maintenance issues and stuff.
Do you use the AI yourself?
I don't use it for myself. I'm still very old school, and I like to do a little research myself.
I literally hear a lot of people start doing that. I'm like, really? It's like, oh yeah, one of the restaurants that I went to eats all the time, and then the restaurant owner's like, I'm using AI to solve problems. I'm like what? And it's like, oh, you can ask any question and they give you an answer. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how AI is going to be affecting MMA in the future, because a lot of fighters, coaches are starting to use AI to solve things and then monitor things, and then this is pretty crazy.
It is. You've seen it with the UFC, them partnering with Facebook and their homemade AI stuff,
Damn. Interesting. Now, any special loved one, training partners, supporters that you want to shout out to for this upcoming fight?
I want to shout out first my recently made fiance. This has actually been a month now since I proposed. And,
shit! Congratulations.
Thank you. And I would also like to shout out my most dope jiu-jitsu crew down at Sunnyvale. They're a great family.
What? Most dope?
Yeah, most dope jiu-jitsu.
You train with Mikey Rowe?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
I've been there. Let's say about 6 or 7 months now.
So you drive from there to?
No, I live in Santa Clara now. That's why.
Oh, you live in Santa Clara. Okay.
So that's why I'm over there, and ever since I started going over there to Moscow, let me tell you, my jiu-jitsu game has evolved a lot. Learning new, interesting moves, different ways to look at jiu-jitsu, and great people over there, great family over there. So I'd like to give them a shout out. They're gonna be there. The whole crew's gonna be there. So
that's pretty awesome, man. Is Mikey coming help out the corner, you or just?
No, it's funny because he's a fighter himself. He was talking about how it's the first time he's not gonna be like the one day he's gonna be grabbing a beer, being in the stadium watching. So stuff for him,
That's pretty awesome, Now, if your opponent watching this interview, what do you have to say to John Hober?
John Hober, you know what, man? Thank you for taking this fight. I really appreciate you. As both MMA fighters, we want us to succeed. I really hope the best for you. So once we get there, May 24th, let's both have put on a show for the people and let's have fun.
That's pretty awesome. Now, you watch a lot of UFC fights, right?
I mean, I'm watching the one tonight, you know.
Who? No, okay, tonight. Who's fighting tonight?
We got Bilal Muhammad versus.
That's right.
Jack.
Bilal Muhammad's fighting for the title. Who you think is gonna win?
See, I think Bilal Muhammad is a smarter fighter, so he's going to be able to, you know, utilize his grappling a lot. But man, you know, anything could happen in an MMA fight.
Anything could happen. Literally,
so
that's crazy about MMA, right?
That's what makes it exciting, man. That's one of the most exciting sports in the world. Anything could happen. And Jack could just come in with a combination or cross and lights out. You know, new champion.
Wow, that's gonna be a big stack card, you know. So for more information about this upcoming event, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. We just hit over 5,000 subscribers. We need more subscribers. Please give it a like and welcome to comment all the interviews that I've done. And our next upcoming event, May 24, and the one after is going to be August 16. So don't miss out. Any fighters, managers want to get their fighters on the upcoming card, DM me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys May 24. And any last word to all your supporters?
Yeah, I appreciate you all so much, and you know, it really helps, and you know, brings joy in my heart that, you know, you guys are supporting me out there, and you know, I'm not gonna disappoint. We're gonna put on a good show, and we're gonna have fun that day.
Now, what nationalities are you?
Actually, I just did my ancestry.
You already did one of those?
Yeah, I did one
Oh
of those.
shit!
It's funny because I came out 70% Mexican, and which is insane because I have someone else who's also from. I know somebody else who's from the same place I am, and he only got like 50%. Yeah, so he was like 50% Mexican, and then like, you know, 30% Spain. And out of my entire DNA, I'm 70% just straight, you know, Mexican.
And then what's the other 30%? Is like
we had like 10% Spanish, and then others from like African countries.
oh damn!
So it's interesting stuff. Like, you know, I recommend everybody if they want to know their nationality.
How do you do that? How do you check into that? You just sign up with a website or something?
Yeah, you purchase one of their testing kits, and they'll say they send you one. You do a saliva sample, and you send it back to them, and they'll give you the results back. So,
Wow.
you know, if anybody ever really wants to know, you know, where they come from, it's a cool little thing to know. Definitely
Recommend to try it out, you know. So great. For more info about this card, again, DragonHouseMMA.com, and I will see you guys May 24. Zhong Lo signing out. Good to have Dave Ventura making his Zhong Lo Cage Fighting Series debut. I'll see you guys May 24. Signing out.